here is the second book in Charlene Church's series on knitting socks, More Sensational Knitted Socks. This is my brand new copy, so I have not taken it to Kinko's and put on a spiral binding like I did in Sensational Knitted Socks. Let me just show you quickly what I did in that case. It makes it so that I can lay the book flat or open it and bend it over. It's not expensive, it's quick to do, and if you have any books you think you might use a lot, this is a good thing to do. Now, Charlene's book starts with a very basic sock pattern, just in case you are new to sock knitting. But the best part of her books are the chapters divided by number of stitches you're going to use in your sock. So to get started, we have 4-stitch patterns. That means if you're making a sock and the number of stitches you need can be divisible by 4 easily, here are some options for you. Now, in the original book, it was 4-stitch ribbing patterns. This takes it a little bit farther. Now, the next chapter, which is fairly predictable, is going to be the 5-stitch patterns. Again, you get samples of socks that show you how it works when you're working with 5 stitches. And there is quite a difference in how socks look as you start adding more and more stitch patterns. Look at this one. Here you have 6-stitch patterns, and this has an even instep and heel flap. So you do a little bit of increasing and decreasing. Again, this is what it looks like when you're doing 5 stitches. We move on to 6. And I want to point out again, this is how Charlene organizes the instructions for her socks. This is a column for using 4 double points, a column for 5 double points, and a column for 2 circulars, which could easily be changed for a magic loop. And that continues in the instructions. You can see how the columns work your way through every single step of the sock. Very comforting to know that she's gone into that much detail for you. Here we have 8 stitches, starting to get fairly complicated, pretty flashy looking. Then we have, 10 stitches, 10 stitch repeats, looking very, very nice. Then we have 12 stitches. Remember, if you have 4, you can maybe go up to 12. You can just, simple division, which for me is always challenging, which is probably why I like her so much. Here, this is 6-stitch stranded patterns. So like Fair Isle, but going across in a 6-stitch pattern. Okay, then I love these. Look at this. This is what is called a tessellated pattern. 6-stitch tessellated patterns. And look how gorgeous they are. And the thing is, it's a single shape repeated in using 2 or more colors. And so it's really just 2 colors in a row, but it looks so much more complex. I guess actually 2 colors in a round. It's great. Just stunning possibilities for socks. And the final section for you are the 10-stitch mosaic patterns. And you can remember those from the original Sensational Knitted Socks. This is actually using 1 color for 1 round and another color for 2 rounds, and it looks like 2-color work, but it actually isn't. And at the end of Charlene's book, what she has done is taken all of the extra patterns and put them at the end rather than the end of each of a chapter. So here you have some more 4-stitch patterns and more 5-stitch patterns, and it goes on through all of the chapters, all at the end of the book. Look at this. Your 6-stitch stranded patterns. Look at the tessellated ones. Aren't they just gorgeous? Yep, and then a few more mosaic patterns. Beautiful, beautiful. That is More Sensational Knitted Socks by Charlene Church.